This is a daily snack update, and there's been lots of recent recalls on the daily snack. And the daily snack is, I guess, it's a newsletter put out by All Recipes, and they do have some pretty good recipes. I use their recipes, but this daily snack is just a little something extra, and it's under the heading "The Latest Food News." So Tuesday, yesterday, there's a recall alert on bacon. People love bacon. So I know a lot of bacon's out there because it says more than 12,000 pounds of smoked bacon is being recalled due to serious food concerns. The affected products were imported from Canada and sold in select stores across 3 U.S. states. Check your freezer or fridge for specific sell by dates and labels to see if your bacon is included. And then they tell you what to do if you have infected bacon. They do one of the choices is to throw the product away or return to the store for a refund. Why would you throw it away if you could return it to the store for a refund? No matter what condition it's in. So this is what's interesting. Maple Leaf Foods Incorporated is issuing a recall on more than 12,000 pounds of smoked bacon, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food Safety and Inspection Service. The bacon was imported from Canada, but not re-inspected by the United States before being sold to consumers. The inspection service has issued a class 1 recall, meaning that there is reasonable probability that eating the bacon will cause serious adverse health consequences or death. You can't get more serious than that. So that's only one item that's been recalled, but and that was just recent. That was yesterday. But over the last couple of months and the last several weeks, there's been on Daily Snack a recall of eggs, lettuce sold at Walmart, a popular Pillsbury product, a frozen fruit, Aldi product, Aldi. There's been a chicken recall. So, and again, frozen food. So that's several items recalled, and that's since May. Those are the items that's been recalled since May. So the daily snack does give out worthwhile information. And one of the reasons why that bacon wasn't re-inspected was because whatever the department is, I'm sure it's a department that no longer exists. So they're not trying to protect the food that we eat. So why would there be any type of inspection? So in talking about the daily snack, also known as Junk Food Central, the headline says Costco is coming for Sam's Club with a new food court treat. And they be saying things like this is the best thing that I've ever heard, and I'm gonna go buy 10 of them, and people buying 3 at a time. And Dollar Tree has a new $1.25 candy. I'm not even clicking on that. Panda Express. People actually eat at Panda Express. I ate there once and the food was so horrible, I never went back. Panda Express just quietly added a new item to its menu. So, Daily Snack has interesting headlines. Lots of specials when it comes to McDonald's and Wendy's, Chick-fil-A. They tell you when there will be free fries and free burgers, free sandwiches, and free whatever. They tell you about the new flavors being introduced by Krispy Kreme donut. They talk about lots of things from the past. So it's a lot of nostalgia because they're talking about things from 50 years ago, 40 years ago. Like KFC might be bringing back some new item that they hadn't had in a long, long time. So everybody's excited about that. I guess they think everybody's excited about that. Plus McDonald's, to me, that's their number one. That's the person they promote more than anything on Daily Snack is McDonald's. Um, The day before yesterday, the headline was "This beloved McDonald's dessert disappeared in the 90s, but now there's a secret way to order it." They have a headline about King Hawaiian just dropped a new treat and fans need a truckload. And then Oscar Mayer is releasing a first of its kind hot dog treat, and our jaws are on the floor. They say things like that to really get people excited so that they'll say, "Oh, I gotta go. I gotta try that." And so it looks like that's what they're counting on to get business, um, to improve business for places like McDonald's and all of the other fast food, junk food places. And there is a video, I'm going to include it in this link, about McDonald's and children's food at lunch, what they're feeding children in schools. And it's just horrendous. So food is, I feel like food is being used as a weapon. It's being weaponized against Americans. And one of the reasons why there is no universal health care is because universal health care would go a long way in preventing things. And they can't have no prevention. They cannot, because people would live way longer than they're living now. And as it is, people are living too long. So the first line of attack, y'all, is the food. And it's obvious. I mean, it's unbelievable. And one of the things that was recalled, I just realized this, that was recalled at Costco, it was that meatloaf dish with mashed potatoes. That was the thing. Whenever I ate that, I would get this pain and it would just be so awful. I had to stop eating it. And I know when I looked at it, I was like, oh my goodness, there's something about that that's not right. So, and it was back in the early 2020s when I was getting that sick feeling from eating it. And I haven't had it since. But even though it's prepared fresh food, it's still not necessarily good for you. And I have a good suspicion that whatever that was that they was selling as meatloaf, it wasn't really meatloaf. That's what I think. And it was a good dish. The mashed potatoes taste like real potatoes, but I believe that the culprit was something in the meat. So yeah, foods. And there's still lots of video footage of people out there, talking about Walmart and what's going on with the food, including the scales not having the correct weight of the food, and they're overcharging people. And then there's the thing with the pricing, how we can change, and they're just ripping people off. And I just feel like people should find some place to shop other than Walmart. But Walmart, Costco, Aldi, Kroger, those stores all come up consistently on Daily Snack, also known as Junk Food Central. So you should check them out.